Welcome to the Township of Nipissing Recreation Committee meeting on September 16th at 6:30. Is there a disclosure of pecuniary interest? I see none. We need to approve the minutes of the last meeting, August 12th, 24. Do we have Julie and Shelley?
I think it's all in favor.
Oh, all in favor? Wonderful.
Yeah, I think that.
All right, we go on to discussion items, bottle drive update.
So with it being a hot week and stuff, it was good. Both bins were outflowing of the doors. Wolf Lake was 454.40. Bear Creek was 291.60 with a $20 donation made at the time they were picking up the donation, the bottles. And there's probably about at least half of the building still left to go. We're going to try another push on getting some more help to do the bottle drives. We're gonna put out another post, see if we can maybe get some students that will require their community service hours. And I know there's a few people that like to help in the background on some events, so maybe we can get those people to come out. So we're gonna work on a post and see if we can get some more help.
And I will mention that I have one more round of the bottles and then I'm off for surgery for, I'm going to be strapped in. I won't be doing bottles for a while.
Okay. Have we looked into doing that poster about the system of collecting bottles and counting and caps and garbage? And because I heard the Wolf Lake was a mess full of garbage.
Yeah, this round wasn't too bad. We did put the post out. We did, but we'll start posting it again. But this round wasn't as bad. There was a bit, but
no, ours wasn't bad either.
Even if we do a steady one, we can put it in the building. I don't mind putting it up at the camp, whatever. Just
for
remind
sure,
people that
I'll get a couple done and get them laminated.
your neighbors aren't responsible for cleaning up the garbage.
Thank you. And thank you, Kathy. We'll definitely miss you.
I said I can still do cans.
You can come out and supervise us.
Yeah.
We'll take you down a foot so you can just mark off the board.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, because it's my right arm. So it's like, oh, gosh. All right. Seniors Fall prevention classes, September 19th start.
Okay.
Did you want to speak to that, Mark?
No, that's well.
It will? Okay.
So this one's the same as we did last year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I forgot a piece of paper in my truck. This is through the community support services. And it will be the same 2 classes a week.
I think she's only advertised for the one
Are we
right
just
now
doing one
on the
this week?
Thursdays.
Okay. My apologies, it's the one.
At 10 a.m. on Thursdays through the East Perry Sound Community Support Services. Yeah.
So all we're looking to do is donate the space. They cover all the costs for the instructor and everything.
Wonderful. Okay, we have a motion here, number 2024-26, that the rec committee donate the rental space at the Township of Nipissing Rec Center on Thursdays beginning September 19th, 24 at 10 a.m. for the Stay on Your Feet Falls Prevention class offered by the East Perry Sound Community Support Services. Do we have somebody for? Julie and Shelley, all in favor? So that's passed. Okay. Chair yoga classes. This one is for you, Mark.
This is the same class that we ran last spring very successfully, if you remember. An average of 20 participants each time, and 33 were registered. Total donations at the end were $344.50 and 179 pounds of food, and that was split between the calendar and the Powassan food banks. So we're asking again to run it. We'd like it to start on Monday, September the 30th at 10 a.m. It's the same instructor, Kim Charters. We'll do it for 10 classes. The reason that I'm starting it on the 30th is because if we started it the following Monday, then there's only one class and then there's the Thanksgiving weekend. So I was hoping we could run it on starting on the 30th. And again, we're asking for donations of food or fine or money, and but anyone is invited to attend. Some of the participants in that class will have said, even if they knew when they would come to the dump and give us a hand. There's this stuff too.
Okay,
So,
we'll post a flyer
yeah,
up here as well.
okay.
Thank you.
The fee again is, she hasn't asked for any increase in pay, and so it was $50 a session, so $500. One of the things that she would like us to consider is a bit of a discount on a gym membership. We've noticed that there are some new people from the class going to the gym as well, and I think that's a real benefit. So we can talk about that later. All I need from the group is approval, of course, for this, but confirmation that we can have the hall. And the remuneration agreement, that's, you do that, Will, I guess, with her as far as the contract goes.
Yep. Thank you.
And I know Kim will do the advertising and Facebook and that kind of stuff.
So I don't believe we're gonna have any conflicts.
No, I've already written it in the book. There's just 2 dates that you'd have to miss, which would be Thanksgiving Monday and Remembrance Day.
Yes, yeah, that's what I had anticipated when we did that.
Mhm.
And she is available to start on the 30th. I have spoken with her, so.
Yeah, and I've written it all in the book, so there's no conflicts on the Mondays.
Okay, and we have a motion to put forward, number 2024-27, that we support a chair yoga program to be held Mondays at the Township of Nipissing Community Center for 10 weeks, provided by Kim Charters. The program will begin September 30th, 24, and that payment for the program will be provided from the Rec Committee program budget of 24, provided to residents at no cost. The cost of the program will be $500. A four? Julie and Andrew, all in favor?
Thank you.
Community Day celebration wrap up.
What a great event.
Oh,
I wasn't able to make it, but.
So James apologized, couldn't make it tonight. So we did count out 19 spaces, and I believe, we all believe that there was 3 missing. We did get a late cancellation.
She emailed late
Friday
Friday
night.
night, but I didn't get it till I went to work today, so.
So that wasn't too bad. Julie, you were there? Any
I
comments?
thought it was a great event. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of craft vendors. I think there was only, what, 4?
Over at the museum or?
Yeah, over at the
Yeah, the
museum.
museum, yeah.
Yeah, and I know a few of my friends and neighbors came and were kind of disappointed in that, but thinking there was gonna be a lot of craft and stuff. But anyway, I thought it was a good turnout, and I think the reptile, we had them in the rink, and then once Kim kind of asked them to pull out, I think that was a big hit, along with the face painting and the balloon guy. I got some good feedback from friends, and they thought it was great, so. I think we did okay with the bake sale too.
Yeah, I think we deposited today from the bake sale, $122 from it, so.
Oh,
It was fun. Sorry, there's a lot of heat, but it was fun. I think the pie in the face was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah.
I think I had a little bit of the same feedback, and the feedback just from me was they thought everything should be together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I got.
Yeah, so some of the feedback we're gonna take, from the rec to the museum is the exact same. One of the suggestions was maybe seeing if the museum, wanna bring their events over to the park. Maybe not open up the museum itself and just bring everything into the park. So we're gonna talk to the museum board and
Was a lot of walking.
that's.
And my walking is not great, so, and it's uneven ground, so it was great, yeah, for the things that I saw, it was great. But then to walk over to the township office and see the fire and see
Yeah,
the
that was
public
great.
works, vehicles, that was great. Just to
Yeah,
try.
unfortunately, some people said the same. They went to the museum, then they couldn't come to the trunk side, or vice versa. They went there and then they didn't have the capabilities of going over. So we'll take a look at that for any next events or.
I think the kids had a blast with the firefighters. They had a blast with of course, what's it called?
They like to putting out the fires and that.
And to put out the fires and stuff. They had so much fun with that. And then they loved getting into the equipment.
Yeah, we had great reviews with the equipment, just to be able to get up personal with the equipment, climbing in.
Get their pictures taken.
Dan did an amazing job explaining everything to the kids.
Who got the pie in the face?
Everyone.
Oh, good.
All of council and the municipal administrator and some staff members and some community members.
Okay, good stuff.
We know what was raised for that?
I didn't, you know what, I should have taken a calculation when I was over at the museum today to see what the total of that was, but I know it'll be reported at the next museum board meeting, so I can let you know at the next,
But the one was $550.
yes, yeah, Counselor Young.
Yeah.
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 That's wonderful.
I think somebody said something about that, and that's a little bit of what was said too, was, they thought maybe us as members should have been talking it up more in the events,
Okay.
right? So a lot of people didn't realize exactly what was going on.
Yeah, and I think somebody also mentioned because the event over in our area ended at 2 and that was taking place at 1, some people couldn't come over to watch it
didn't
and
realize
stuff,
it was.
or knowing that it was ending, and so the timing of things. So I think, as Will suggested, if we were all in one area, then people could watch it, which would make perfect sense.
The park's big enough, right? So,
Oh, there was plenty of space at the
Yeah.
park that was being.
Yeah, the park is great. We just can't park the equipment, the heavy equipment on it.
On any spot of it?
We don't want to take the chance on wrecking it. We knew that between the township office and public works, the ground, because we've dug there before, so we knew it wasn't gonna wreck anything and leave marks. So even if we could focus on the 2 areas,
Or even close the road off on the other side.
yeah, there's that possibility as well.
That way it's all right there.
Yeah, so I think if both committees want to do something like that again, I think we can definitely make it happen.
That was a good time.
A little cooler would have been nice.
Would a day change be beneficial to do on, like, say, this Sunday instead of the Saturday? Because-
Possibly.
So with the Saturday, Lawson's market's open and also North Bay's Farmers Market's open. So if we did the Sunday, maybe we could attract vendors from those 2 markets to move over, and then they have an extra day to sell stuff, and then we like,
There was so much going on this past
There-
weekend.
yeah,
There was.
yeah,
I think when Jillian was trying to get vendors, Andrew, to your point, is people were already committed because it was a Saturday. And I
Yeah.
think she did mention in the past, she had done it on a different, like on a Sunday. And so she did have more vendors when it was on a Sunday. So that's certainly a great point to take in, is looking at a different date.
And we might also gain a few more people because people are usually coming back on the Sunday from, if they're going out somewhere.
Yeah, that's a
So
good,
even if they come home, if they make it home for noon time, well, they still have a couple hours to enjoy, or if we push the time a little later, then we still have more time to come and enjoy.
And a lot of other places don't want to do anything on Sunday, so it might be our,
Yeah,
to our
that's
advantage.
a good way to do it.
Because I don't
too.
think there's anything that we couldn't have done on a Sunday,
No,
because our times were amazing, 9 to 2. So you still had time after to go home, relax, and you have to get up and go to work or school.
and then if everything moved over to the park side, I mean, yes, we lose the parking at the church because it's been a church on Sunday. But if we close the road, you know, at the entrance to Heritage Park, if we close it there just to that center spot, well, traffic can still go around and make the loop around, and everybody can still park on Front Street and around.
Yeah, there is options, definitely.
Yeah.
That might be something to,
Emergency
Consider.
service can leave that way too.
Yeah, we can still have fun to get out.
And Will had made the arrangements to park at the school, so we would still could
Mhm.
have that option because there's no school in, right?
well,
So,
we're lucky right now that Kim sits as the treasurer or the secretary on the museum board too. So she can mention that and see what their thoughts on that
yeah.
when they do their follow-up.
And I think what the nice thing to do is next year with the planning is to have, you know, the cross back and forth. It's, we would share it back and forth, you know, the ideas, but to have whomever is leading either event come to each other's meeting.
Or we could even have like a co-meeting,
Yes, have a co-meeting.
yeah,
if you're
everybody's
able
all
to
in
do-
one section and can ask.
Yeah, to collaborate, but, you know, I think Will organizing the community partners that we had come in, I think for some people to be able to go on top to the emergency management and the fire, and I know we had EMS come in that, I think for some of the people in the community, that was great for them and stuff, so I appreciate that coming up, and I know community members did as well, so.
Okay, team dance to be held October 25th, the planning of.
I'll chat about this. So it's going to be a Halloween dance on October 25th. There's a nice poster here that Kim has made, and obviously ages 11 to 16 with our same DJ, but I think this time the kids can have an email address to make requests because he played some kind of different music last time that they weren't really into. So I think that's a good idea. The canteen, again, the water's free, right, Kim?
Yes,
Yeah, and
and
then,
water.
and chips and snacks, we kind of figured that's what they liked. So there will be a costume contest for the best costume. Do you need to put a motion forward
Yes.
for the?
Yeah, so we have a motion tonight to bring forward to the committee for a $20 movie pass for the best costume.
Does that even get them into a movie?
Hmm?
It's $20 even get.
I think it'll get a youth into a movie and maybe a pop, but that's maybe about it
How much
these
is a
days.
movie these days?
$15
I
or
think it might
something.
be that, yeah. I don't know if they have that anymore.
Probably.
I think it's like, yeah, I think it's like $8 on Tuesday or something.
Okay. All right, we have a motion, number 2024-28, that the rec committee purchase from the program budget for 2024 a $20 movie pass as a prize for the teen Halloween dance best costume. Andrew, Shelley, all in favor?
And I'm also going to dress up.
Wow.
And I believe Kim said she was gonna dress up today too. She was
Oh,
trying to
yes,
figure out what
yes.
to
I said
dress
I will
up
wear a headband. I don't do Halloween, but I will certainly be there to help you. You can ask my children about how much I dress up. I do have an M&M costume, so maybe I'll break that in.
Oh,
as. Like the Smartie, I mean?
Well, they're two different candies, but I have a big red M&M costume. You'll see one day, maybe.
That's cool.
Yes.
just come to the dance and maybe you'll see.
Well, I think she might have to dress up for work.
Hmm.
Interesting. Thank you.
Okay, roast beef dinner on November 23rd, the planning of Shelley.
Okay, so I think it's 18 of that.
Yeah, I can help you out.
So
And I think you have another volunteer to help you too.
I do. She's about this tall.
I'll help too.
Okay, awesome. So we have some good news for our dinner. I did speak to the Voodoos. They were at the store last week. The Voodoos, the coaches very generously offered their services to serve. So we do not need servers for that night. Just fantastic. He does not want them here if they're not going to serve. if they're not gonna do something.
Nice, that's awesome.
Which is fantastic, right? So that's kind of cool, and they don't play that night. I offered them dinner to come serve for everybody, so hopefully they'll-
Yeah,
You'll like
all-
that.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll like
Yeah,
that.
we do that for all our volunteers and
Yeah, they're a great group of kids, right, and people love them. So, we are working some numbers, we're trying to make it so that we have enough smokers available or enough smoker space available. And our chef is gonna smoke everything. If we can get permission from the health department, so
just
that's
waiting
what.
on the confirmation.
Well, and
Okay.
I'm gonna take team that area, he's trying to take care of that for us. So we're looking at roast beef, mashed potatoes, carrots, green beans, gravy, and desserts. So,
So one of the things that we were kicking around was, should we put on the tickets, as you see a sample ticket here, should we put smoked or, no, that changed? Oh. Okay.
he's like, he says it's just, they give it is what they.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
that's changed. Okay.
Yeah, so, he's afraid to put it out there, like, he says they'll take what they get, like, you know what I mean?
Right, in case something changes, yeah.
Because then if something changes, and you don't have enough smoke, then you've got somebody upset, and you don't have, you've got smoke versus.
So do we advertise smoke?
I would just.
I would,
I would just say roast beef dinner.
I think I'd advertise this one, because I know a lot of people wouldn't eat it. So we
Oh,
also-
really?
Yeah.
people think smoked and think very strange, but have you ever tasted smoke in anything you've ever eaten of his? Like, really, no, eh? Like, you wouldn't know. Really, but yeah, if you want to.
Yeah,
So, sorry, Andrew, you're saying advertise it as
I would
smoke?
personally, like, that's just my opinion, just as I do know people that don't like stuff that's
Okay.
smoked, just because you do get.
and unfortunately, I agree with that as well.
So then what do we want to do? Do we not smoke it? But we don't have enough. The problem with not smoking at this point is we don't have enough oven space.
I think
Because we're
it'd be
looking
fine.
at,
I don't think you would limit the market, that's like.
Barbecues?
People are, like, I think you'd only have a handful of people say no, but I just assume if you advertise that it was smoked, so you think there'd be surprised people come and then they eat it and then complain and or they're upset because it was.
yeah, we're looking at about 12 to 14 roasts. If we sell the tickets we want to sell, we're looking at 12 to 14 roasts.
Not barbecues?
Because I think when we were talking numbers before, we're looking to sell 130 tickets and cap it at that, right?
And that'll be 12 to 14 roasts.
Okay.
What do you say? 10 pounds, I thought? approximately.
Yeah, so what we thought was 130 and then 20 for our volunteers, and so it'd be 150 we'd be feeding, but public would be 130.
Okay. So, and if everybody has a chance to look at the flyer and the tickets there to see if I missed anything or if you prefer anything to be changed, that's why I give you guys the flyers, because I'm certainly not a graphic person, so I'm always looking for feedback or anything that you think should be included, taken off, added to the flyers.
And Kim and I throw these all back and forth, but again, it's up to
Yeah,
you
because
guys.
it's Will and I looking at
like,
them,
we're
people in
just-
the office.
We're just giving you, the committee, a starting point.
Yes, yes,
and
nothing
We're,
is set
yeah,
in
both
stone.
of us are not,
The tickets, we'll number them in the office, and then we'll also keep a spreadsheet. So, if Kathy comes in to buy tickets 1 to 5, we'll have a spreadsheet that says Kathy Shaw, tickets 1 to 5. And then that way, if you end up losing them or forgetting them, we've got a list.
So can I put it out there?
Yeah,
And we do it for other locations, but at both stores, normally, we're provided with tickets. So whether it's for dances or stuff like that, they're provided with tickets and they can purchase from the store, which gives them the opportunity, right? Because a lot of people can't make it to the office. They're just not in there. They're not making it on
So-
time.
we can certainly do that, and we'll just number them.
Yeah.
And then if they run out, then they can let us know and we can make arrangements to drop off.
Right.
Because they're all gonna be numbered, right? So we could, distribute in groups of 10 or 15 or even 20. And then if they run out, it's not like, we're far away or we're not open.
Yeah,
every
just,
day,
but then
right?
you won't be able to keep track of your spreadsheet.
No, then those people, if they lose their ticket, then then I'll know that those numbers, but then I'll have a track of tickets, 20 to, 45 went to,
Foots
Foots,
Shore.
and then tickets 50 to 75 went to South Shore. And if they were
Yeah.
purchased at the store, I would have no record. Now, the only thing they might have is,
So, yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying.
yeah,
Hopefully they don't lose their tickets. mean,
I would, most people are pretty good, but that's the only thing they can do. And we've already got right on here for the door prize, if that's something the committee wants to do again. So people can have it filled out, their name and phone number and or email, so that all we have to do is snip it off and put it in the basket, the day of. If you don't want to do a door prize, then I can just take that part off of the ticket. If you want a door prize, then it's ready to go.
I think
Could the
the
stores do a spreadsheet? Could the stores also do a spreadsheet?
Yeah, we
Like I
could,
was gonna say, I can give them a list, like a piece of paper, and they can just write down the names and
The one
numbers.
thing that actually Calista told me to do is I take a picture. We buy a ticket, we just take a picture and keep it in our phone now too.
Yeah.
So, cause I know I'm gonna lose a ticket.
Yeah, right, and the tickets are already gonna be pre-numbered, because we're only selling 1 to 130, so that's all there's going to be, right? So you're right, if you take a picture of it and you don't have it,
Yeah.
when you come in, then we know.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, so actually, if you use just say a large middle envelope, and you put, just a sheet of paper with blank spaces, number 25 to 40 is in this envelope with blank spaces, they can just sign their name.
That's a good point, Andrew, then the purchaser can write their name, it's not even up to the store,
And
then
then the
the
store
person.
can just throw their, whatever they need to get from the orders and just drop the money right in, and then they don't
That's
have to
perfect.
separate it cash.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic idea. Yeah.
So kind of what we thought was, October 1st as an opening date to November 4th. And that will give 3 full weeks to do all the prep, the gathering. And that can be extended if need be, but we just need kind of a cutoff to see, okay, we have 100 tickets sold, we still have 30. Do we want to open it for another week? Do we want to?
Yeah.
Close it off and say, okay, we're gonna start shopping.
Do we want to maybe do, like you said, like 12 roasts or something? Could we do like 2 or 3 regular roasted? Or is that too much?
well, we could, absolutely. We could, no problems. But the first person that walks in and we have no
Right.
smoke left,
Yeah.
now we're toast again.
Yeah.
We're right back in the same boat, right?
I think Andrew's right. If we advertise smoke, a lot of
Okay.
people
Based on
will,
that.
Okay, I'll advertise it as smoked.
You
right?
may actually even draw a larger crowd in your advertising.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and we can really center it around, and I'll be honest with you, because the number of people that purchase like roast beef sandwiches at the store, exact same roast. Exact same smoke, if they like those, and we can compare the two. For some people, they're asking the questions, right? 'Cause it's the same stuff. This is smoked all those.
So smoked roast beef.
Yeah.
And I can change the picture up and I don't have a flyer, but I can put a picture of a smoker. I can change it, one of the side
That would be
pictures,
cool.
and put a smoker
kind
on
of
there, right? And then, to do that, so,
Yeah. That would be really cool, actually.
so that's fine.
You have here 4 to 7, so anytime they can come in between those? Okay.
Yeah, and we decided to do take in or eat out because it does, for a lot of people, it's hockey season, it's, activity season. So if they're still want to support our event and just want to grab their meal and go or what have you, or they have a family member that can't come out, then they want to still purchase a meal. We didn't want to limit anybody.
The nice part about this is in the past, when we've done stuff, people have kind of hung around to get the door prizes and stuff, and now we can say you don't need to, and we'll just email you, that's why you're providing that information.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what we've done in the past, it's been working out well. We usually draw that night. Then the following Monday or Tuesday, the office will contact them and they can pick up the prizes at the office. And that's been working out for me.
Yeah, they did that for the spaghetti dinner. I called them on the Monday and they came and picked them up.
So at the end of the day, we'll need more of the help is gonna be needed in the kitchen side of it, and not really, it's gonna be on that, not the serving side of it, but the portioning side of it. So everything's going onto a plate and they're gonna serve it as a sit-down dinner,
Okay.
and the boys will just take it out and serve it.
And then to answer, the committee can answer questions to the public about what rec's been doing, et cetera.
And we'd be out just chatting people up for change. And then just have to clean up the mess afterwards.
I think, what's everybody think of the price point?
It's the price.
Beef is not cheap, so.
I mentioned the price to a few people and they're like, that's it.
Oh, man, okay.
So, like they said, you can't go to other places. For a QSR meal these days, right?
Okay, so Kim and I will work on the tickets in the next couple of weeks, so we can have them ready to go for October 1st.
Yeah, they're already saved, so all I have to do is copy them and copy enough on a page and then we'll just get them cut up, so.
And you use your nice handwriting and write in all the numbers.
Yeah, will be good, and then we'll just set aside enough for the stores and make contact with the stores that they're good, and
And then
that's a
we'll-
great idea with the envelopes, Andrew, and I'll create sheets for them and put them out.
Yeah, that's what we do with everything else
Yeah.
we get in, like when we get the dance tickets in and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they still have the opportunity to come into the office too and pay with debit or anything as well. So
Yeah.
that'll give 3 locations. I'll touch base with South Shore this week and see if they're okay with it.
And then I'll update the poster to say where the tickets can be purchased at,
Hmm.
so that I can do that.
Community update.
So that would be me.
Yes, it would.
So I messaged the president and the council member today and was asked if I had not received the email saying that they were no longer involved with the Connecticut Community Center. So I have no idea what happened. I have no idea what's going on.
So a report to come later, maybe.
Yeah, so let me just see if we can get to the bottom of it and just find out who is managing it. And introduce ourselves and see if they want a representative on the board.
Okay, thanks for.
Mr. Chair. I got one more thing, Kathy, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So just food for thought for October's meeting. We'd like to start working on the strategic plan for the facilities and the scope where everybody would like to see the, say, Heritage Park, the rink, the fitness center, the community center over the next 5 to 10 years. Budget ideas for 2025 and events ideas for 2025. So we'd like to start working on that next meeting into November and hopefully have a final to go to council by December's meeting. So everybody can start thinking about that, and we are going to invite our treasurer to come in as well and help us with some of the budget questions and the strategic plan, because we're gonna try to keep all committees going on the same line. So we have a template for a strategic plan. That's a good word to use many times. For the museum, cemeteries and everything.
Have the results, just dealing with that, the results for the survey been completed yet? So that.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is on our the meeting that I have with Kim and Chris and John Paul and everybody on the 3rd, we're going to put that all down into some point forms and for the committee.
But what I can do, Andrew, is if you want, is I can take what was put online for just the recreation part, is I can just cut that from the PowerPoint and I can send it just to you if you haven't had a chance to read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can just send it to you so you don't have to go through the whole document if you like.
Perfect, yeah, then it'll just give some ideas of what we're looking for, we can maybe add that into our stuff.
Yeah, we'll just flip that to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah,
Thank you.
because it was all summarized when we did the presentation. It is online, but you have to go through the whole
Yeah, through the
PowerPoint.
whole-
Yeah, but I can send it to everybody, so,
Awesome, thank you.
yeah.
What's our current strategic plan dates?
Pardon me, Lisa?
What are the current strategic plan dates?
So the current one for council is the term of council.
Okay.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
current council strategic plan is over their council time, so if you want, I can link the council's current strategic plan when I send out the one from the community survey, if you'd like.
Excellent, thank you.
right, I need a motion that the meeting will be adjourned at 7:04. Shall we? Please, all in favor? Okay, and the next meeting will be held October 7th, 24. Same place, same time.
All in favor?
All in favor?